Hello and welcome to this week's edition of Newsgram. How many decisions have you made today? We make hundreds of them all the time, and usually there aren't any real consequences. They might make us late for a meeting or cause us to miss our flight, but usually we're going to be okay. Even big decisions like, should I get married? Or maybe I should move to the city or go to college. All of these can have repercussions, but whatever the outcome, usually we're going to be just fine. I'm at the age where I've been second-guessing a lot of my life decisions, and to be honest, if I was going to do it all over again, probably wouldn't change much. Kate Spencer, on the other hand, made a decision that took her on a path of destruction for 15 years.
I defrauded my employers $1.3 million in 1996, and so subsequently I went to prison.
Yeah, that kind of decision is one of those that will have dire consequences. Let me give you some of the backstory from her book, Trapped by the Devil. Kate Spencer is a pen name, and the author openly admits that this book is autobiographical. There are legal reasons why she chose to use a pen name, but suffice it to say, she lives in the UK, and she used to work at the post office. In her book, she writes, I started off with smaller amounts. £6,000 was the first amount I stole. Then it quickly escalated to $10,000 and then $15,000. After a week, I was taking £45,000 on an average day. Okay, £45,000 is the equivalent of $56,827.83. It's a lot of money to steal on a daily basis. But this is not just a crime story. It's about addiction, abuse, and finding the inspiration and the drive to get to the other side. But let's not get ahead of ourselves. We need to first find out how she met the devil.
Because it was such a high-profile crime, I attracted the wrong people. I attracted people that had been criminals for many, many years and actually saw a diamond, or there's a woman that defrauded 1.3 million in 6 months. She must know something. So that is how I attracted my abuser.
This was a first offense for Kate, so she was pretty naive when it came to prison life and being able to judge the character of someone like Darren, the guy she refers to as her abuser. You see, her crime, the way she was stealing from the post office, drew the admiration of criminals like Darren. In the book, she calls him the Prince of Darkness. When they met, he was also in jail, just a different one. The two of them became pen pals and got together when they were both released. That's when the abuse began.
The abuse was mental, and it happened so quickly. Before you know it, I'm faced with heroin, and I was told, you take this heroin or I will throw your child over a balcony and I will abuse your child, because I had a 7-year-old with me. So I said, okay, give me the heroin, let me take it. And because it was smoked and it wasn't injected, I thought I'll pretend to take it. And then the next opportunity, me and my son will run. But as soon as I took the heroin, instantly, at the blink of an eye, I had instant hatred towards myself. But at the same time, I had instant forgiveness for my abuser. The mental abuse was, you're not worth nothing, you're hopeless. And so that heroin, that feeling of, oh, everything is okay, it's a false sense of peace. It washed everything away, including my parental instincts. And that was the beginning of the journey of destruction. That's how I entered that path.
This is an incredible story because if you have any experience with this kind of thing, you know that not only is this a very dangerous path to go down, it's also one that is extremely hard to veer off of. Choosing a life of crime, going to prison, and then being mentally and physically abused. Add in drug addiction with drugs like heroin and crack cocaine, and we're talking about a deadly situation. Her book is an absolute roller coaster. She talks about her early childhood, which was pretty ordinary, as well as her experiences with the police and the violent drug raids that she experienced. She also explains why she stole the money, and she sprinkles in some stories like this one.
There was also a drug addict. That lady, she ended up dying in front of me. She actually overdosed and died. She was there with her 2 brothers, and I just put everything aside, put my addiction aside, got up, went over, gave her the breath of life and brought her back to life. And when I saw that she was alive, I was like, okay, so you're alive, and I walked away.
As you might imagine, there were times when she considered suicide and thought there was just no way out of the addiction. But according to Kate, It was her inner voice that saved her, and one more trip to prison.
But in 2011, I ended up going to prison, and I had a feeling that that was going to be my last prison sentence. And it was a different prison sentence. I'd started speaking to women that were not involved with drugs, whereas historically I would always be attracted to other drug users, and we would run around the prison like headless chickens looking for drugs in prison. But this sentence, that didn't happen. And I remember leaving the prison, walking out the prison gates, and there was a lady that prayed for me before I left. She laid her hands on me and prayed, and I didn't think nothing of it. And when I got on the train to go home, I'm waiting for the heroin urge, and it wasn't there.
And now, don't get the wrong idea. Just because it wasn't there doesn't mean she gave up heroin. It means in prison it just wasn't available, and its scarcity, combined with her new friends, made it less important. The drama in her life continues, and it's all detailed in her book. One thing I can tell you is the power of finding your inner strength. It cannot be underestimated.
I really hope that if there's anybody who is going through drug addiction or has been through any of the things that I've been through, or should I say Kate Spencer went through, it's to find that hope. It's to read that dreams really, really, really do come true.
Kate Spencer is an amazing woman, and if you don't think you can overcome the problems in your life, read Trapped by the Devil, because it'll change your mind. If you or someone you know can relate to any of the things that she talks about, then hopefully you'll find this book inspiring. I know I speak for Kate when I say writing it will be worth it if it motivates you to take the bold, courageous steps necessary to correct any of the problems you're having in your own life. Or if you're like me, just enjoy the voyeuristic aspects of what life is like in a world that, thankfully, I have never been a part of. Trapped by the Devil by Kate Spencer. It's available online right now wherever you like to buy books, including Amazon.com, and we've put a link in the show notes for you, so that'll make it easy. And that will do it for this edition of Newsgram from WebTalkRadio.com.